Hey guys, here's Wushti. This is our first scrim yesterday, and yeah, just a small analysis video about that. The first thing is a very small thing, but I think it's very important. I see this ward here a lot, and this ward is too close to your lane. You won't be able to react in time. Against Rek'Sai it's a bit even more interesting, but any other jungler will just run you down here, and if the opponents have any CC, with Thresh and Ashe they have a lot of CC, you won't be able to get away. So this ward should be around here. If you place it there you can kill also the jump plant to deny another route. And yeah, against Rek'Sai, I mean Rek'Sai can either burrow here and then gank you, or you can just walk through the Dragon Pit and burrow here and then backstab you. So Rek'Sai has some more routes, so I guess the best thing is to ward like here and to ward like here, just to have two of those ganking paths covered. So I'm not sure if you remember it, but what we did, we were very aggressively pushing towards the turret. At some point they engaged on us with their teleports and everything, so they attacked us, and they overextended a little, and in the end we killed a few people of them, but we were a bit too low to take the bot turret. And at this time I think one could have thought about a lane swap already, because it's the 11th minute now, and this Clouddrake really isn't that important. So between minute 10 and minute 20 the more important objective is definitely this Herald here. So why not just say, okay, we didn't get this turret yet, but that's not even that important, because yeah, well, Clouddrake isn't that important, so why not lane swap here? Maybe the opponents get our turret and the Clouddrake, which is completely fine for us, if we get their turret and the Herald. So even if we didn't get this turret yet, since there's a Clouddrake, you can attempt to lane swap very early. And what we will see here is now we try to play around bot lane again, which is like, in theory that's good, because we want to kill them and then get the turret. As you can see, the opponents attempt now the Clouddrake, which is basically a tempo loss. If we had lane swapped and gotten Herald for this Clouddrake, that would have been awesome for us. Okay, so they do Clouddrake, they get a bit of a vision around this Drake, which is kinda good for them, because now Taliyah has a hard time roaming bot lane, because she doesn't have a control ward, and in theory she wants to kinda clear this area and then roam bot lane. So yeah, this kinda also covers their bot lane. And now we do attempt a bit of a half-hearted engage here. Like Rakan was checking, are they really Drake or something, and then they engage on Rakan, and Taliyah feels forced to engage here, which is kinda bad for us. Because why do we wanna fight here? It's a 3 versus 3, in the best case we win the fight and get the turret, but that's very unlikely. So I feel like this play was kind of forced and random, and since I think we engage on Rek'Sai or something, well, Thresh flashes just over the wall, Rek'Sai disengages, and now we got our Taliyah ultimate on cooldown, and didn't really get anything, but they did get the Clouddrake, so we didn't really get anything for that, and we still have the same position as before. We didn't get the bot turret, they did get a Drake, we still haven't any chance to get this Herald. And now, after Taliyah roamed bot lane, I'm not quite sure why there's a fight happening, somewhat caused by our jungler, I think. So this was also a bit random. If our mid laner is rotating bot, our jungler has to be very careful. But yeah, in general, I felt like that play was a bit strange, and the lane swap could have just made everything better for us in this case. This is a few minutes later. Just wanted to show it that Rumble went to the Herald and started soloing at some point, while we didn't have any vision of that, and I guess we didn't really know where Rumble was. The important thing is that Rumble is alone here, and all of his team is on the bottom half of the map. So if we know that he's doing Herald, we could actually think about committing some people to just kill him and get the Herald. So this is really just a lack of vision, where the opponents get a free objective while investing a bit time of their top laner. But yeah, if we see that, we can contest it, and then it's a 1 versus 2 or a 1 versus 1. In any case, the opponents don't get a free herald. So try to keep the herald somewhat warded. Here, just say it again, Rumble just did the herald. It was a big shiny message on the screen. But we kinda still keep with our idea of putting our bot lane bot and our top lane top. As I told you, as soon as the opponents have herald, we kinda have to change that and get our bot lane in the mid lane, match their bot lane wherever is bot with our mid laner. Or the other way around. It doesn't really matter if Drake is not up, if Herald is not up. It doesn't matter if the top laner is top or the mid laner is top. But the bot lane really has to gather around mid lane just to be able to rotate to the lane where the Herald eye is popping off. Okay, the opponents attempted to do Infernal Drake. We kill their Rumble and zone them away and get the Infernal Drake. That was very good. So yeah, we will just do the Infernal Drake here. And then we attempt to push the mid turret, which is also a very good idea. There are no other outer turrets left, opponents might recall, so we go for this mid turret. But our Renekton, our support, are starting to invade here. Not quite sure if you were trying to catch someone or just to zone them away, but that's very risky because as Renekton and Rakan, you're basically our two main disengage tools or our main peel tools. Or at least the front line with Renekton. So I'd rather have you stay with the team and just get this turret safely and then retreat with the team. So I feel like we were a bit overextending here. And what you didn't hear here right now is that Corki got the package just now, so it's really get the turret and then get the fuck out of here. Like I always say, play around the Corki package. And now the opponents attempt to engage on us. I see a recall here. This is way too aggressive, this recall. You need to retreat to your turret. And then, because they got so much engaged to it, they got the Ashe, they got the Corki package, the Rumble has ultimate and TP up. So yeah, we start some recall attempts while our support and tank are still in their jungle. This is a really ugly position, and the Rumble just TPs here to flank us. This is just an overextension of our top and support, and then the recalls were just way too ballsy. And then with their Corki package, their Rumble ultimate and everything up, we attempt to really fight this here in the middle, which yeah was really awkward. Not sure why we decided to do that. And as soon as the two flankers, backstabbers join in, we just lose this fight. So yeah, a classic tribunal overextension, I suppose. This here is also a very interesting position. So we managed to get a hold of this Baron area, and we're starting to set up vision and trying to hold this area, which is great. We also got our top lane, our bot lane. This is very good. This is how we should do it. And now it's about shoving mid and top waves back, which we do. You should be very careful though that you try to not go over this line, the river line, just so you'll always be able to join with your team in time and that you're not overextending, especially against their Corki, Fresh, Ashe engage. So we keep holding the division. Maybe our Xayah was a bit too long in the mid lane, because I think right now she's not hitting any wave. She's basically waiting for this wave to arrive. And in this time she could already join in with the team. But it's somewhat fine because the two bot lanes are here and the rest is just grouping top. Then there's some kind of messy fight, which we win, which is good. But now we are doing like a small mistake. So we won this fight. I think we didn't feel confident enough to do Baron. Let me just zoom out here. Yeah, our Talia was very low, our Renekton was fighting bot lane, our ADC and sub were very low. So this is basically a thing, okay, we won this fight, but we are all very low, we can't take Baron. So what do we do now? And what it felt like to me, is that you are saying, okay, we won a team fight, now we really have to get an objective out of it. So you started grouping mid lane and trying to siege the turret, but that was again somewhat of an overplay. Like, you won a team fight, but very close, you're all very low, and your top laner just died bot lane. Their top laner survived, so as soon as this top laner joins in, they have one full HP member more than you. And if you take too long for this turret, even if you get this turret, you will have to reset because you're so low. And in that case, the opponents will just move into the Baron pit while you're resetting and either do Baron or at least get the vision. So in this case, the Baron vision and the control over the Baron pit is way more important than a single turret. So the correct call, even if it's hard and difficult, is to just say, okay, we're low, we just won the team fight, we can't do Baron, let's just reset, and then it's the Baron pit again. It's okay if you don't get an objective immediately, but in the midterm you're doing the right thing. You just won a team fight, you won a bit of a gold and some experience, but you don't lose anything because you're instantly going to the Baron pit again. You have the same situation as before, but you won something, and that's very good. But yeah, we overextended in the middle, and their Rumble, I think, or not even their Rumble, they managed to engage on us because they got an engage lineup and we were too low, and they kill us, and then they move into the Baron pit. So yeah, this is just, I think, yeah, maybe we just lack a bit of experience in the shot calling, that we say, okay, this turret just isn't worth all that risk. We really have to reset so we're in time to contest the Baron or to hold the Baron vision. Yeah, this is somewhat similar. So the opponents attempted Baron, we contested it, we started to kill the opponents, which is very good. Okay, now here, let's stop here. We just killed some opponents, 2 of them are dead, I think even 3. The bot lane managed to retreat and are now on their way back. We won this team fight. Now there are 2 decisions, or two possible decisions. The first thing is we do Baron, because we just won the team fight and Baron is the most important objective on the map. The second decision is we can't do Baron, which means we have to reset as fast as possible so we can get to the Baron pit first with full HP and full mana members and contest the vision again. Or maybe if the opponents show somewhere else on the map, we can do Baron. So again, we're wasting a lot of time just running around here. Not quite sure what you're doing. Maybe you want to clear some wards or something, but you're losing essential time. And now look at this. Our ADC with Baron up, Baron the greatest objective, and the opponent slowly respawning. She's running bot lane. This is really bad. Yeah, there's a huge wave, but who cares? Who cares about this 1.5 minion waves and our bot T1 turret if Baron is up? Baron is like the win condition of both teams here. So yeah, our support, the jungler are like running around here. And yeah, then Thresh cancels some backports. Our ADC has to rotate top, and now slowly this Thresh is starting to clear our vision. Yeah? You know, this single little Thresh here can just delete all our wards. And I mean, this is just, yeah. I mean, finally we have this situation again where both teams are somewhat moving towards Baron. But the opponents just got their vision down again. And I think they're now attempting to trap here. So they nearly catch our Rakan. Our bot lane is in big trouble now, they have to retreat. Xayah dies in the process. Opponents attempt to rush the Baron. And this is not because, yeah, Rakan overextended and maybe face checked here and then he retreated and then Xayah wasn't fast enough. This was all decided or caused by the 30 seconds earlier. And we decided to overstay here a bit and put our ADC bot lane, and the opponents could move into the Baron pit first, or this area, and clear our vision, get our vision, and then our supporter had to kind of face check here alone, instead of just rushing to the Baron pit with the whole team again.